Hello everyone, good evening. So I'm not sure who's here with us, but just in case you don't know me yet, my name is Mirna Raslan. I'm the principal for the middle and secondary school. I'm here today for our Q&A session. We've had one this morning, and this is after the information session that we had on Friday to talk about the models, the teaching and learning models at Westspring for the academic year 2020-2021. With me here, we have Ms. Kitty, we have Ms. Kathleen, our DP coordinator, and we have our lovely IT team, Yasar and Tariq, who will be supporting us. I'll go through some of the questions that we received this morning, as well as I can see 2 questions already published in our Q&A. And reminder, if you have questions, please type them into the Q&A section, or unless you have already sent them through the questionnaire. Before I start, I would like to ask Ms. Kitty if she wants to say anything. Ms. Kitty? We can't hear you, Ms. Kitty.
Okay. I sing in my office, so I didn't want anybody to hear me. Thank you all for coming. I have to say a big congratulations. We have excellent news with Miss Kathleen, and I think she will share it. We'll hand the floor over to her, but it was some great news today. And I really appreciate both Maha at Mataf campus and with Miss Mirna at CCC for these meetings. I think they've been very, very helpful, although at times we don't have the answers because we don't know ourselves, and it's not really that we don't know. We do not like having the feeling that we don't know, but sometimes we anticipate, we make our own decisions and we move forward. And I think this time we are moving forward with our virtual school on time, and everybody's anxious to get back. So welcome to everybody that showed up today.
Thank you, Ms. Kitty. Okay, so during the session on Friday and based on the communication that was sent earlier to you, we are starting virtual school on the 2nd of September for all grade levels. For grades 6 to 12, we are going to have classes online from 8:30 till 3:30 every day of the week, except for one day, which is a day we will decide on. We will let you know ahead of time. That would be an asynchronous day, meaning that students will have activities that they need to complete for their teachers, for their different subjects, but they are not in online meetings the whole day. Wednesday continues to be a shorter day. Students will be dismissed after their pastoral session. We are bringing back pastoral after we unfortunately could not do it last spring. We've had questions about the hours. Parents are concerned about long hours. They're concerned about the amount of homework in the afternoon. I would like to remind everyone that this decision was taken after a lot of work. Many discussions took place and plenty of deliberations, and we took into consideration first the safety of our students and our staff, and second, the learning. We want to continue the learning, and we have an IB program that we need to complete. The requirements for the IB program need more time than the local curriculum. This is why we need to make sure that we start on time. Regarding long hours, we are planning to reconsider the homework to make sure that the homework is manageable and is at least for grades 6 to 8, something that they can complete in a short period of time, and they don't need to sit for hours facing the screen after we finish school. We also would be having 2 breaks throughout the day. On top of the asynchronous day, we will have asynchronous activities in our different subjects. So the teachers would decide, let's say an English teacher has 4 periods of English a week. They would decide on how many periods they want to meet with the kids face-to-face, whether they can have 1 period where the students work together, group work, whether they can have an asynchronous period. You would receive information about this when we do our orientation sessions. We also had questions about when are the orientation sessions, where these are usually planned for September and they are staggered per grade level. We will try to start these a bit earlier this year to make sure that you are ready. And we would have a special one for new students before school starts, for new students and new parents, and one for grade 6 students as they are also new to the program and to the campus, whether virtual or physical. I had parents ask about the duration of virtual school. And as Ms. Kitty explained, we can't have answers to such questions basically because everything is changing. We are flexible. For now, we have decided that for throughout September, we're going to have virtual school, but things might change. We will let you know as soon as possible whenever we receive any, whenever there is a change. For now, it seems the ministry has decided to delay the start of the school year for the local schools till mid-October. For now, we are proceeding with our plans, and we will be going with the virtual model despite everything. We had questions about books and collection of material, as well as any plans to have face-to-face classes with smaller groups. Also, you would receive information about when and what to collect from the school. Face-to-face small group sessions, this is something that we need to consider because, again, based on the situation, this might not be possible, or it might be possible only for older kids, something that we definitely need to consider for the DP. Other than this, going through your questions from today, I have questions from a grade 9 parent about dropping one of the sciences. Well, this is not recommended unless the student is struggling in science, then this is a discussion that we need to have separately, and it really depends on the student. In terms of the second question, if a student takes media in grade 9, do they also have to take it in grade 10? Yes. The choice that the student starts with in grade 9, he or she needs to go continue with in grade 10. This is a 2 years program. What apps the children for grade 7 will need to download? This is something that the students will learn about during orientation, the first day of school. For now, everyone needs to have the teams ready, and again we will let you know there would be an orientation session for new parents before the start of the school year. The activity mentioned on Wednesday, the pastoral, this is for grade 6 to 10, 6 to 9, basically, because grade 10 would be using this time for personal project. Again, new parents, you will you will have an orientation session to discuss the structure of the program and the different activities that take place at Wellspring before the school starts. Pastoral is a program that we started within sections, so students have activities with their homeroom teachers, and this year the program would cover the topics of well-being, use of technology, media, and at times we would use this pastoral session for a whole grade level assembly. Okay. Please continue to add questions to the Q&A. Meanwhile, Ms. Kathleen is with us. Ms. Kathleen, do you want to say anything about the DP to the parents here?
I'll just make a few quick comments. Thank you, Ms. Mona. First of all, I want to share the good news that Ms. Kitty referred to. I don't know if you're aware that the IB actually cancelled the official exams in May of 2020, and they based their grades for the students basically on IA, which is work done in school, and predicted grades. They developed an algorithm to come up with what is regarded as a reasonably fair allocation of points. And when the results first came out, we did quite well, but today they had a rework and we now have 100% pass of the diploma. And we're all very happy about this, well deserved for our students. Which leads me into the next point, is that this year, it may be that they will cancel the exams in May 2021, but until we know for sure that they are going to, we have to assume that we have to cover the whole curriculum, which is sent to us from the IB, and we cannot change it. Similar thing applies to the Lebanese students. We have 5 Lebanese students this year, and we have to make sure that they also complete the curriculum. So this is going to put quite a lot of pressure on us and on the students. We are very aware of this. We will do our best to support the students, of course, and we will do our best to give them breaks when we can. We have a pretty full timetable, but we do have monthly what we call catch-up days, when the students have time to work at their own pace on their own work. And when teachers can, they will get, if for example they're working with high-level students, the standard level students will get time to work independently. So we are very mindful of the pressure, and we do as much as we can to support the students. But I cannot promise that it's going to be an easy ride. It's not. Our students will have to be prepared with their computers and materials. They will have to work to manage their time. And of course, we are here to help in any way that we can. I'm always ready for people to contact me if you have any questions. Okay, Ms. Mona, I don't think there's anything else I need to mention right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kathleen. If we have any questions for DP, Ms. Kathleen is here. So I'm receiving questions from Ms. Mona Ayad about subject choice for grade 7. Forms were sent home for all parents to ask them either to confirm subject choices or to make subject choices for new students. Ms. Ayad, if you did not receive this email, please let us know so that we resend it to you. Am I the first point of contact for grade 7 students? I'm the principal on this campus. The first point of contact for the student is their homeroom teacher, which they would get to know on the first day of school. But other than me, there is also our academic advisor, there is the coordinator in charge of the program, the counselor, the front office, executive assistants. Everyone is here to support the kids. So if you can't get in contact with me immediately, there is always someone who can answer your questions. We're a team here. Okay, whoever is asking about grade 4, this is not the right venue. There is another session for Matha for the PYP with a different link. You need to join another meeting. Yasar or Tariq, can you please send the link for the other meeting? This is for grade 6 to 12. I know that we all have concerns and we are all frustrated with the fact that we are not going to have face-to-face classes immediately. Trust me, we are more frustrated than anybody else. It's very hard to run these classes online every day. But again, the purpose is to keep the learning going and to make sure that we just consider, we need to consider the safety of our students and our staff, our community, before anything else. Yes, grade 9 students have math and science, math extended, and what is the question? We have 2 courses of math that they can choose. Actually, they don't choose. There is a diagnostic test that they take at the beginning of the year, and then the teacher would decide whether they can join the extended math class. And they take 3 sciences: chemistry, biology, and physics. Students need to have a laptop, not an iPad, please. Since the laptop, the iPad cannot really accommodate all the platforms that we have, specifically for the digital books. Keep them coming. If you would like to know more about the specifications of the laptop, let us know and we can send you some information about this. Okay, we're going to be here till 5:30 for any more questions. Is the Arabic level for international students also based on diagnostic tests? Yes. Students will sit for a diagnostic test at the beginning of the year in Arabic, and then based on the results, we would decide as to what level they can attend. Do they have any specific textbooks? Yes, of course, they have specific textbooks. Most of these are going to be digital textbooks. For any physical textbooks and for any resources that the students need to collect from school, we would be just sharing information about when and how this would happen. Yes, the material list will be sent by tomorrow. What about French? French is only offered, French and Spanish are only offered for the international students, those with an exemption. And those with an exemption. And for French also, we have different levels and the students do sit for diagnostic tests before we decide on what level they can join. I can't answer the question about real classes happening for DP students. Ms. Kathleen, do you want to take this question?
Well, as you said, Ms. Mona, we would like to bring the students in, perhaps for lab work, for practical work in the arts, theatre, tests, but it's very difficult for us to know because as you might be aware, the coronavirus cases in Lebanon are rising astronomically, and there is talk of a very strict lockdown, which will make it impossible. Yes, if we can do it, we will, but at the moment, we cannot say for sure.
Thank you, Ms. Kathleen.
Thank you.
Will the 7th grade students be graded like last year? I'm not sure what you mean by last year, but definitely we are going to have assessments and they are going to be of different forms. So other than the regular assessments that we did through Assess Prep, or by checking, by giving students some forms on Teams. We are still going to go for projects, we are still going to go for portfolios, for interviews, for oral exams. So it's a combination of different forms of assessments, and the students will be graded on an IB scale of 1 to 7 as we are an MYP and DP school. Thank you. Ahla wa sahla, Mrs. Mona. Orientation for grade 6 will take place before the school starts. During this orientation, You will get to meet the different staff members and the teachers that teach grade 6. We will talk a bit about the program. So what is the MYP program? How do we offer it at Wellspring? And what are the different subjects on offer? What do we mean by phases? What do we mean by levels? And what type of activities will grade 6 students be involved in? Yes, the grading is over 7 and no, not converted. The grading, this is a criterion-based testing rather than a norm referenced test. So students will be graded directly on the IB scale. We do not grade out of 100 and convert. Yes, students will have individual email addresses assigned to them, and you also will get all the information. You will get access to ManageBack, our platform, and to Teams. And we will have the communication can go to the students on ManageBack, to their emails, or on Teams. Yes, of course, we have teachers for all the subjects that we are offering, and they will support the students in their IAs and their extended essays.
Ms. Myrna, I think it's important that some of our DP teachers left, but a few of them will be teaching from virtually, which is interesting.
Yes, of course. Will the homework be assigned on ManageBack or Teams? The policy, the procedure that we have so far is for homework to be assigned on ManageBack, because this is where the students usually submit their work. So any homework that they have should be assigned on ManageBack. For any change, we will let you know. Yes, students are already behind on IA and EEs, and Ms. Kathleen, I think you would want to say something about this.
Actually, students going into grade 12, we've been working with them on their extended essays since, I believe, April. I have to say that many students were procrastinated a little in getting them their topics and so on, but they've been given deadlines. When they come back, if I remember correctly, it's the second week of September. We will be looking to make sure they all have their drafts ready, and then they will be meeting with their supervisors for detailed written feedback. That will be the chance for us to see who is up to date and who needs to be given extra support. One of the things we do is we give them a catch-up day in school just before a major deadline, so they can have time to work on that specific assignment and help them better meet the deadline. The IAs are always, they usually start just before the summer and they continue up until December, even January. So the teachers are working very closely with the students on their IAs, and the students were given very detailed work to do over the summer, involving mainly the EEs and IAs. So when we meet with the students, we'll see exactly who has been doing the work and who is up to date and who needs the extra push. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Kathleen. Yes, there is a need to download Microsoft Teams and manage back for students on this campus. I think, Ms. Muna, you're talking about grade 7. You will receive information as new parents as to what to download before the school starts. And as I said, we are going to have an orientation session for new students ahead of time before school starts. If you want to know about media, visual arts, and music, please check the curricular material that is posted on our website under MYP. You can check this website and go to MYP, where you have different information about the programs. Under MYP, choose arts, and you have some kind of an introduction or a summary of the expectations for the different courses. There are no prerequisites for the DP courses, and we do not offer anything that needs media as a prerequisite in DP. The only arts courses that are given in the DP are theater, and the other course is actually theater is not offered this year. It was offered last year, and we have visual arts, and you do not have a prerequisite, or you do not need media for a DP course. Not at all, Ms. Mona. This is why we are here. Ahla wa sahla. We'll wait a few more minutes in case anybody else has a question. Again, if you still have concerns, if you are still unsure about anything, kindly email us either at info@westspring.edu.lb or email me or Mrs. Kathleen for DP questions. I'm going to put the emails here. You can email me here, and Mrs. Kathleen is our DP coordinator. Ms. Kathleen, we have a question about grade 12 exams.
We have a question about grade 12. Well, you're right. This is one of the problems that we are facing, because we were hoping to bring the students in to do the exams. So after the announcements today about the coronavirus and the possible lockdown, I'm going to have to try and rethink it. We do need to do some kind of assessment for the students. And the other thing that I will be checking very carefully is that the students have actually done the assignments that they were given over the summer. We'll let you know as soon as we can, as soon as we've decided whether or not we'll be able to bring them into school, onto campus, in small groups to do the tests. Again, I'm sorry I can't be more specific at the moment.
Any more questions?
Ms. Myrna, could I just add one thing to that, to the question about the grade 12 exams?
Inshallah, Mrs. Samah is still here. Yes, go ahead, Kathleen.
Yeah, it's just that, you know, I agree in the middle of, as the question says, in the midst of everything. It's, of course, I'm very aware, we are all very aware of the situation in the country and so on, but at the same time, I have to remind people that until we know otherwise, we have to do our best to get the students prepared for the official IB exams. So sometimes it might be necessary for us to seem a little bit harsh, a little bit unthinking, but until we know for sure that the students are not going to have to sit for the exams next May, we have to assume they are. And that's why we're trying to figure out a way that will test them, but at the same time, be kind of taking the local situation into account. It's a very hard balancing act, and I'm sorry if we sound harsh. Thank you, Ms. Myrna.
Thank you, Ms. Kathleen. Okay, if we don't have any more questions. How many more participants, Ms. Yassar? Any more questions? Okay, if there are no more questions for us, we're going to stop here. We thank you for attending this session and hope that it has been informative to you. If you have more any concerns or if you have other questions, please do email us. You have received the email addresses on this Q&A, as well as in the communication that was sent to you earlier. Thank you all for your support to Wellspring, and definitely it is going to be a tough year. Last year was not easy either, but we have plenty of success stories, DP being one of them. So despite everything, we ended up with 100% success rate and excellent grades for all our students. Our students in grade 10 achieved also excellent results in the personal project and ended up with an average way above the world average. We ended up with a 4.9 out of 7 average, and 2 of our students achieved a 7, which is really brilliant for the personal project. So we know that we can make it. We know that with your support, we would always find the light at the end of the tunnel and head towards it, and hopefully we would be able to continue to keep teaching these kids and keep the learning going throughout the year. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. Thank you, Ms. Kathleen, Ms. Kitty, Tariq, and Yassar for being here and for your support. And see you soon, I hope. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.